Welcome to Homework Answers. We're going through the textbook Programming Logic and Design, 8th edition by Joyce Farrell. And in this video, we're covering Chapter 2, Exercise 11. I did notice that most of the problems, if not all of them, in this chapter also ask for the logic. Something that I overlooked, but it's a common theme throughout the whole chapter. So if you're reading along, you'll notice you'll have like a diagram that's a flow chart, and then you'll have the pseudocode. And the pseudocode they present looks a lot like this kind of layout. And if you have the hierarchy chart and an example of the coded program, this should not be too difficult to include as well. I'm usually very thorough with that, so I kind of regret not having these in the earlier videos, but it's not too difficult, and I'm betting that most of you got the hang of it. So I'm just going to kind of let it be. But let's go ahead and look at this problem. I don't believe any of these problems for this chapter ask for the coded program, but if you are asked for it, just remember to change whatever I've changed. I usually alter numbers or names, and it's very simple to correct. But what we're trying to find is a fridge size in cubic feet. So the interior, I'm assuming. So how big is your fridge, basically? And we want that in cubic feet. We're going to be entering all of our values like height, width, and depth in inches. And the book provides the calculation or the equation to find and convert the inches to cubic feet. So with the hierarchy chart, we have main program and we have housekeeping, get the fridge name. And with this fridge name, we're going to have the option to enter a sentinel value to end the loop because we're actually checking for more than one fridge. And you'll see up here that I've got 3 Z's as a sentinel value. And I've accounted for the lowercase as well, just in case somebody is lazy and they don't push shift and do the capital Z's. So we're going to check that sentinel value that's inside of the detail loop. And after we check that to make sure it's not, then we'll execute everything that's inside the loop, which is get height, get width, get depth, calculate the cubic feet, display the results, and we'll reuse this module, get fridge name, and once again inside the loop check to make sure it's not any of this, these Z's here. If it is, we'll do the end of job, and we'll have a message displayed. And that's, the hierarchy chart. Let's look at the program here, and I'll show you. I've got a variable with string here, so we're going to type in a name, and I've got 2 quotation marks, no space. I'm not sure if that's necessary, but I've done it anyway just in case. So you'll be able to type in the fridge name or the sentinel value. Next, we've got a constant declared, and that's cubic feet. And this number right here is not the correct number. You'll have to change one of these 4 numbers, and it'll be the right one. But that's that number we're going to use in our equation down here to transform from inches to cubic feet. I've got 3 measurements here, height, width, and depth, and a variable for cubic feet. And all of these are initialized to 0. And so that's all you need right there. Then we've got an input, so we're going to ask for the fridge name, and then we're going to check to make sure that's not the sentinel value. So while the fridge name is not equal to 3 capital Z's, and it's not equal to, and fridge name is not equal to 3 lowercase z's, then we'll do everything inside of here. And I've used and here. If you think about this, if I used or, then it would have to meet both requirements. So if you type in 3 capital Z's and you're expecting it to meet both of these conditions, it's not possible. 3 capital Z's is not 3 lowercase z's, so or would never make sense. and that's going to mess up your program. So you want and, so it only has to meet one of these requirements to exit the program. And that's a little bit to wrap your head around. It seems wrong, but for the program, you use ands. Inside of the while loop, we're going to ask for the height, width, and depth. And then we have our equation here to find out the cubic feet. And that's just height times width times depth divided by this number here. And of course, it's going to be a different number. But that's understood here. Next, we're going to output the fridge you want is, and we'll have whatever number is happening right in this variable. So cubic feet, we'll output that. And I've got set precision to 2 and fixed just in case, we have 2 decimal places. Maybe it's not a whole number. And I've also put include IO, MAN, IP in the head right there. So these two work. And you'll notice right here I've got FT for feet, and then I've got another little entry here, \U00B3 is a superscript 3. So we can make it look nice. And then we're going to ask again, just like we have in our hierarchy chart, get fridge name. So we ask what the name of the fridge is. And if we enter either one of these, then we output this and in the program. And you can have this as any message you want. So let's go ahead and run this and see what happens. Name of the fridge, super fridge. Also, don't put a space, if you have like awesome space fridge, don't type a space in this when it asks for that. The program freaks out and does like a endless looping and craziness. So always make sure that it's just one word straight through and then you hit enter. I'm not sure how to fix that or why that is, but all I know is it happens and it's bad. What is the height of the fridge? Let's say it's 70, I guess, yeah. The width of the fridge, 40, maybe. Depth, 30. So the fridge you want is 43.57 cubic feet. And you can see that little superscript 3 there. And let me just show you what happens when you put a space in there. It's crazy. And see, it does that. You don't want that. I ended the program, by the way, by pushing Command period, and then I cleared the console with Command K. Let's run it again and do the Sentinel value. So 3 lowercase c's. And it works. So that's basically it with this problem. Not too difficult, but hope it helps. And I think that's it for Chapter 2. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, which would be in Chapter 3.